Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Monsters of the Past. As always, I'm your host, Mr. G. So, as we all know, during the Mesozoic, the seas were full of all kinds of varied reptiles, whereas nowadays the only marine reptiles are sea turtles, sea snakes, and well, okay, every group of reptiles has a marine equivalent. But you know what I mean. Back during the Mesozoic, there were all kinds of giant reptiles that dominated the oceans. But where exactly did they get their start? Well, if you ask me, I think we could thank a little Triassic animal known as Nothosaurus. Nothosaurus means false lizard, in reference to how, even though it looks like a lizard, it wasn't actually one. So, therefore, the name is kind of an indication that it wasn't a lizard. You know, it was a member of the Nothosaur family, and it was a carnivore that lived from the mid to late Triassic, and its fossils have been found in 3 continents: Africa, Europe, and Asia. The type species of Nothosaurus was about 13 feet long, making it a bit smaller than a saltwater crocodile. As an animal, Nothosaurus was probably like a reptilian seal, in that it was an animal that mostly had an aquatic lifestyle, but it came ashore sometimes, where it was a lot less in its element. You know, kind of like how seals are aquatic animals, but they come on land to sleep and stuff like that. Yeah, Nothosaurus is thought to be the same way. Nothosaurs are notable among paleontologists because it could be argued that they, along with ichthyosaurs, helped pave the path for the large aquatic reptiles that ruled the seas during the Mesozoic. Although neither ichthyosaurs or nothosaurs were the first aquatic reptiles, they were some of the first that were adapted for a marine lifestyle, as most of the previous aquatic reptiles were freshwater species. Even though neither of these groups were the direct ancestors of the mosasaurs, or debatably plesiosaurs, some think that nothosaurs and plesiosaurs have a common ancestor, but it's unknown if nothosaurs evolved into plesiosaurs. It's a pretty big debate, you know. Anyway, you could still argue that their evolution helped pave the way for these animals, and that is pretty cool if you ask me. All right, it's card time. First of all, they call it a giant lizard, even though its name literally means false lizard, as in not a lizard. Now, it could just be a nickname, like how basically everyone calls reptiles lizards, even if they're not, but they still should have known better. Also, they claim that nothosaur means mixed lizard, even though, as I said multiple times, it means false lizard. Also on the back of the card, they claim that it laid eggs, which is a very big debate amongst paleontologists as to if they laid eggs or not. But here they treat it as an objective fact that they laid them, when they should have made it like a debatable topic. I give this card a 7 out of 10. Now let's move on to pop culture. A Nothosaurus that looks a lot like an Asian dragon appears in Land Before Time. A family of Nothosaurs appear in Fantasia. A Nothosaur appears in the sequel to King Kong called Son of Kong. And finally, Nothosaurus appears in the Triassic segment of the show Sea Monsters, which is a spin-off of Walking with Dinosaurs, where they document some of the most dangerous aquatic creatures that ever lived. That's all for this episode of Monsters of the Past. Join me next time when I talk about Megalodon's grandparents. Bye!